We're live at Big 12 Media Days here in Frisco, Texas. I'm your boy Moon. This is the world of college football. And today I got a chance to see Sawyer Robinson and all of him. He's an absolute dude. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about me hugging Nitro. We're going to talk about this jam-packed atmosphere here in Frisco, Texas. This is the world of CFB. Let's get it. Welcome to the world of college football. I'm your host, Moon, certified media member and credential media member of the Big 12 here live at Frisco, Texas, here for Big 12 Media Days. It's been a jam-packed afternoon, to say the least. We started early this morning, us waking up before the sun was up, trying to get here. Early bird gets to warm, and we got met with a crazy atmosphere today from BYU and the Cougars to Baylor and the Bears. I got a chance to hug Nitro today and see Sawyer Robinson up close and personal, and I'm over here fetishizing and fantasizing about what's to come. Yeah, it's a lot to be in store with. But today's first, we got to start the show off with a banger. I got a chance to talk to the University of Cincinnati today quite often, and we did two interviews that we will be showcasing over the course of the show today. We will get to that soon, but I'm gonna start it off with the elephant in the room. One of the things that was talked about by Commissioner Yormark in the opening address today for Big 12 Media Days Day One was the fact that he is all for a 5+11 model for the college football playoff. And his words exactly were that they want to earn their way into the college football playoff by winning it on the field. Now, if anybody's been paying attention and not under a rock, you understand how loaded the Big 12 is in 2025 year of our Lord. We have juggernaut teams that are trying to repeat, like Arizona State. We saw Sam Levitt today, Jordan Tyson today, and some defensive juggernauts like BYU, who quietly went 9 straight wins last year and then fell off the face of the earth, coming back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, sorry. But you get the point. We talk about them. Baylor, who's trying to have a lot of hype. Baylor probably has the most hype of anybody in the conference. Coach Prime still exists. So basically what I'm trying to say is that, this era that we're going to get in the new Big 12 is going to be more competitive than we ever seen. From top to bottom, we don't know who is going to be what. All we can go off is what has been, what could be, and quite frankly, what is. Based on what we're seeing right now at Media Days, I know one thing for certain on what is. Sawyer Robinson is the most gifted quarterback that I've seen here. Moan, it's Media Days. He hasn't even thrown a pass yet. I get it. But if you saw what I see, and I got a chance to see multiple times today, you would know that he fits the bill for what you would want your prototypical quarterback to be. Like, if you could build a quarterback in a workshop, like Build-A-Bear workshop, you would build him to be the same type of mold as Sawyer Robinson is. I'm not making a hyperbole or just trying to talk out the side of my neck, even though I know that's my theme song. But he looks like the most complete quarterback in the entire conference based on the dudes that we've seen just this far. Now you might be like, there's no way, Moon. There's no way. No Fafita exists. No Fafita exists. Hey, Fallen, what's good, bro? I gotta show you. Where's Nitro at? Where's Nitro? I gotta get Nitro to bomb the show for my dude Fallen. It's been a jam-packed day, just to say the least. But my point is that the Big 12 is loaded in every single way, shape, or form. We talked to UCF today, and UCF, if you ask them, they feel like they are getting absolutely ignored. And it's like Scotty Too Hottie don't exist right now. It's like he don't exist. But I'm here to tell you that this is probably going to be the most competitive Big 12 conference title race that we've ever seen in my entire existence. It's probably not only from top to bottom, the most complete quarterback class or quarterback competition from all the quarterbacks. Even the guys like Brendan Sorsby, Connor Weigman at Houston, Jalen Daniels, Kansas, Juju and Caden Salter are both coming tomorrow for Colorado. Like it's loaded. It's loaded to the core. So when I'm looking at it, the Big 12 is going to be a juggernaut of a conference. So this is why when Commissioner Brett Yormark says the 5+11 model, he's totally confident that they can flip the script and actually get not just one team, but multiple teams in because they handle their business when they need to. Now we got pushback by Kansas State's head coach Chris Kleiman, who came on to the podium during his time when Kansas State was on the mic and said that he is for a 16 team model, but it does not look like the classic 5+11, which is directly against what we saw from the commissioner. He also talked about how he doesn't like how they shrunk roster sizes for you and a whole other host of things for Kansas State. But my point is, regardless of how you slice it, dice it, or want to fry it, the Big 12 is probably going to have multiple college football playoff contenders this year. Just think about it. The top of the top, Arizona State, Iowa State, Kansas State. You can add in Baylor in there if you want to. Just those 4 teams alone all have good chances to go through their conference with a minimum of what, 2 losses, 1 loss maybe, and be right in the conversation for a Big 12 championship, which then would be in the conversation for a college football playoff berth. So when I'm looking at that, Arizona State made the college football playoff last year, even though they had what, 3 losses? 3 losses. So I'm looking at it like there's some wiggle room because we as a people, we as a college football nation, we all understand that the Big 12 is the craziest conference, the craziest by far. It's not even close. And based on what we're seeing here, we got a chance to confirm that reality and turn it from a fantasy into actual reality. Every team is loaded. Every team is loaded. And I'm looking at even the juggernauts like Kansas State. They came in with that type of bravado and aura today that you would want to see. You also saw teams like UCF who weren't getting picked by anybody, but they had a type of confidence and a quiet humbleness that comes with them that they know that they're getting overlooked and doubted, but somehow, some way, they still feel like they're going to finish at the top of the league. Then you have the teams like Texas Tech who came in with the drip, with the chains on. Got a chance to see former UCF Space Knight Lee Hunter come today, and he literally showcased, well, not only playing the college football 26 with the team over to the side of me on my left, but he also got a chance to talk more about how he thinks Texas Tech is going to play Texas in the national championship. And when you look at Texas Tech, I talked to their media relations guy, and he said that there was about 12 to 15 different players that could have been brought here to Frisco, Texas to represent Texas Tech's football team. That's how loaded that they are as a program. Texas Tech, Texas Tech is in its best position than it's probably ever been in years. In years. So when I'm looking at this program as a whole, there's a lot to love about what Coach McGuire is building at Texas Tech. There's also a lot to love of what Chris Kleiman said because, I don't want to push back on it, because, we do need 16 teams playoff. But how does it look, And in this world of the Big 12, I'm basically putting it out there before we even get to the season on the world of college football that there will be multiple players from the Big 12 that are fighting for a college football playoff spot. Two at minimum. Two at minimum. So whatever you want to slice it between Baylor, Arizona State, somebody, it's going to be two. That's my gut feeling. That's based on what I'm seeing. And in this wonderful world of college football that's wacky sometimes, sometimes we see power players rise out of nowhere from the absolute ashes. I'm excited to see what Houston has to say. I'm excited to see what Noah Fafita and Arizona have to say. I'm excited to see why Colorado chose to bring 2 quarterbacks by the name of Juju Lewis and Caden Salter. What's the explanation for that? Because if it was the governor talking, the governor would say that y'all are cooked. Y'all are cooked. Y'all brought 2 quarterbacks. Y'all cooked. Just end it. Just end it. Texas Tech using their money wise, 100%, 100%, and they acting like it, they walking like it, they talking like it. They got that energy already. Texas Tech has been a pleasure to be able to talk to today, for sure. But those are just some of the thoughts that come in this wonderful world of college football. And on this show, we like to spotlight everybody. And doing it here at Big 12 Media Days is quite spectacular. As we transition into the show, we got to talk to you about the University of Cincinnati because we got a chance to talk to them quite a bit today. They brought tight end Joe Royer, who had 50 receptions last year, tied the school record in 2024, breaking Travis Kelsey's record set in 2012, year of our Lord. He's also a first round talent. You have to know it. 50 receptions is a low end. He's trying to break that through the roof this year. I also got a chance to talk. Well, Governor got a chance to talk to Brendan Sorsby today. Dual threat quarterback, only quarterback in FBS last year with 425 passing yards game at Texas Tech. And he had a 125-yard rushing performance versus Iowa State in 2024, year of our Lord. 46 career touchdowns on this season, 33 career passing touchdowns, 13 rushing touchdowns. Brendan Sorsby is a dog from Cincinnati. From Denton, Texas, Lake Dallas High School to be exact. He's home. Brendan Sorsby is home. I got a chance to talk to Gavin Gerhardt, two-time team captain, over 30 plus career starts. I also got to talk to Dante Corleone, the highest graded uh, defensive player by PFF in 2022, two-time All-American, and a complete bounce-back candidate of the year in 2025. I should say she should win comeback player of the year. And ultimately, Scott Satterfield, 2019 ACC Coach of the Year, 2018 Sun Belt Coach of the Year, 84-64 career record as a coach, year 3 at University of Cincinnati. Can Scott Satterfield tap into his inner Matt Rule? Can he tap into his inner Matt Rule in year 3 and take teams that are doing absolutely abysmal and turn them around into an absolute juggernaut in 2025, year of our Lord? Yes, that's what we're hoping for in the University of Cincinnati. So, on the show, we want to welcome you in. We appreciate you watching. Fallen says, my guess is Salter is starting for Colorado, and Juju will be sitting on the bench to learn under him for a year. I would love to say that that's the case, Fallen. I would love to say that that's the case. I would love to say that's the case. Oh, breaking news. We got a live interview coming up with Miles Montgomery of the UCF Space Knights coming up right now. The Miles Montgomery. Breaking news. All of this is happening. Oh, we should be able to. Audio. We might just have to record it. We might just have to record it in OBS. Yeah. Okay. What's up, my guys? We joined with Miles Montgomery. We here with Miles Montgomery, running back for UCF Space Knights. Go Knights!
Charge on, man.
Charge on! I got my guy Fallen. He an avid UCF Space Knights fan.
Okay.
One of the only that I know of.
Okay.
He converted me to a UCF Space Knights fan.
Good.
You know, you know, you know. So shout out to you. So first and foremost, how you doing today? Did you take the private jet over here?
Sure did. I sure did. Yeah.
How was the experience?
That was good. I've never been on one before. That was good. Yeah, that was fun.
So how has the team been attacking the summer, the off season? Let's pick up where we left off. Let's just say in December. We end the season on a low note. It wasn't necessarily the highest of the highs. We had some moments.
Yeah.
We beat Arizona. We wasn't supposed to. Like we had our moments, but as we enter December, we go to January. What was that time like? And then take us all the way up to where we are now.
We just had the little coaching change. That was something. We got a lot of new people out of the portal. then that's when coach got here. He put an emphasis on us coming together as a team, like a brotherhood. We've been doing a lot of things, a lot of activities and stuff that would make us do that. I mean, and you can really feel it now because everyone is dapping people up and saying what's up to people you might not have before, and I like that. It's pretty good. Fast forward to now, shoot, we're at media day, man, getting ready for camp in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We're ready to rock.
You excited for camp? Deeper than just like for yourself, but like for the team?
Yeah. I mean, just because I want to see all the work we put in, like conditioning wise and all that. Because our practices are fast. We play fast. Our offense is fast. So our practices are fast paced. So I'm ready to see.
All right, so there was a big coaching hire that shook up the college football world when Scott Frost decided to take his talents back to Orlando, a place that he knows and loves, a place that knows and loves him too. Of course, you wasn't here when that run happened, but of course, you've seen and heard about it before. Can you talk to us, the media, the audience is watching and listening, about what you have seen, felt, heard, experienced from Scott Frost so far, and like how much of that is like, fantasy versus the reality? Because he's kind of like a mythical person. He's all about magic. Like there's just a Scott Frost
He's
magic.
got it in UCF in Orlando. He's got it them. But I'd say this: everything you've heard and seen about Scott Frost is true, man. Like he's a really good dude. Got some swag to him. We probably seen him walk around here today. He got a suit with some J's on, like, and that's how he is. He doesn't. He's not. That's not like some stuff he does for recruiting or when he's around people. He walks around the facility, hat cocked to the side, sweatpants, one sleeve's pulled up, one's down. Like that's just him, and that's cool because you can relate to him. You know what I mean? And it's you don't want to play for a guy like that. But yeah.
You've never averaged less than 5.7 yards a pop in your career. 3 touchdowns last year. Had a touchdown receiving last year. Your workload is obviously going to grow because there's no more RJ Harvey, and the running back room is greatly shifted. Can you talk about this running back room, including yourself, and where we currently stand right now as we are at media days?
Yeah, we got a real good versatile running back room. We got two freshmen that I'm really excited to see. They could definitely end up getting some play time here and there. They might not be what they want. They might have to go in there and block a little bit, but at least they got an opportunity. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm really excited to see the freshmen. We got a really good running back room this year, and I'm ready to go.
I know the big dogs. You got to shout out your big dogs. You got to give you some love. Who are you most like impressed with throughout this offseason in the offensive line room?
Mm, Probably just all the new O linemen we got. Just got the Preston, you got the guard. You know what I mean? You got a bunch of new other people, right? So I'm excited about them. They've done a really, really good job so far. I've seen from a running back standpoint. Now I'm not an O lineman, so I can't see their mistakes for real. You know what I mean? I can't see their mistakes, and in my eyes, linemen are perfect. They don't make no mistakes. But yeah, I like the linemen, man. That's my dogs. Man.
You be taking them out to eat?
Nah, not yet, not yet. Nah, not yet.
Hey, but when that check hit, that NIL check hit, baby.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
we gone. We going to Applebee's and Chili's.
Same
Oh,
night.
same night.
You crazy, dog.
Hey, so they just changed. They just changed the name of UCS Stadium to the Bounce House.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts about that?
Oh, well, it's always been known as the bounce house, just not officially. So I mean, now it's officially the bounce house. So I mean, hey, fans love it. I love it. Bounce house.
Speaking of the fans, what is your if somebody has not been to Space City and got a chance to see this fan base up close and personal, what would you say it's like and the energy is like being out there on Saturdays, sometimes even Fridays when y'all play?
Probably contagious and electric. Like if you were to come to a game like just not in a good mood, like you're gonna have no choice but to, or you're gonna get ran over. Like they're crazy. They're tailgating, jumping around. There's student section on both end zones. You can't get away from them, right? So, and you can also hear the stadium like shaking and stuff from like under. Like if you're in the locker room or something, the doors are shaking. It's loud. You can hear them jumping around. So that's really why it's called the bounce house.
What was your favorite memory this past season? It can be like off the field, in the training room, on the field, during camp. What's some of the memories that stick out to you?
Let me see. The Space U game with the Hail Mary to Randy Pittman. That was crazy. I've never seen a Hail Mary in my life, like ever, like in person. I've never seen that. That was crazy. So that's probably the memory, the Hail Mary, the Hail Randy, as we call it. Yeah.
So if we have to go back in the vault and go to your recruitment coming out of high school, can you talk to Space Knights fans out there and tell them about like your journey and how this even came to be?
Well, I had like 19 offers come out of high school. I only took one visit, um, and I plan on taking more. But it's just when I got there, that was just Cincinnati was a good place for me to go right there in the freshman year. I don't regret it at all either. Like that was we went to the Cotton Bowl, like everything. So that was a good freshman year. After that, played 2 seasons after that, and transferred to UCF, and now I'm home.
You heard that? He said he's home. He ain't going nowhere. No transfer portal, Miles. No transfer portal. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. All right, we're gonna play a game because we always play a game. It's called rapid fire questions. All right, put you on the spot, my guy. Best UCF Space Knights jersey is?
Ooh, not last year, but the year before that. Before I got there, the all blue.
All
With the chrome face mask.
Yeah.
That was tough. That was tough.
Who are the top 3 artists on your playlist on game day? Let's say it's 90 minutes before the game. Who you listening to in your headphones?
Some Rod Wave, some Young Boy. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Rod Wave and Young Boy. Yeah.
Hey, those two right there, that's a perfect combination.
Yeah.
That's like softness and pure just dog.
Softness right before we got on the field.
Yeah.
Don't be too hype. Before that is YB.
Yo, what's your favorite running back drill?
Probably some form of back drills. You know, I like getting the feet warmed up, footwork before practice. Yeah, probably some type of back drill, jump cutting.
If you had to describe Scotty Too Hottie or Scott Frost in 2 words or less, what would you say?
Swag. That boy got some swag on him. That boy swag.
He be wearing his hat cocked to the side, bro. Yes. All right. If you had to give a love letter to UCF heading into this year and tell them where you feel, tell them where you stand, give them an update on you, how's life, and what to expect for this 2025 season, what would you say in the words of Miles Montgomery?
I tell them we locked in. I'm back. I'm ready to win. That's it.
Let's go, baby. Miles Montgomery, starting running back, RB1, UCF Space Knights. We coming for first team Big 10? I mean, first team Big 12 this year?
For everything, man. Everything I earn, I'm coming for it, man.
Appreciate you, my time, bro. Appreciate you.
Yes,
There you got it. Thank you, Miles. Thank you. Oh gosh. Yeah, the show just got interrupted by a goat. He came on with the bust down with the gray, you know. Shout out to Miles. Miles is not average less than 8 yards per carry. Like that's insane to think about. He's heading into a crazy workload for UCF in the Space Knights this year. He is RB1. There's no more RJ Harvey. We don't have to worry. I mean, RJ's in good hands right now in the NFL, but we don't have to worry, Space Knights fan. The future is bright with that kid at the helm. He's gonna do wonders for you this year. And Scott Frost is actually gonna give him the rock because your quarterback situation is. We don't know. We don't want to talk about that right now. This is the world of CFB. I'm your boy Mon, and on this episode, I try to tell you all about UCF and the Space Knights. We'll be right back after this.
Look at you out here using all these other sports books, and you ain't even using the best one. Bet US get 125% match bonus when you use the promo code CFB Nation. Yeah, you heard me correctly. 125% match bonus on your first deposit using that code CFB Nation. We know that college football is in the off season, even though we don't celebrate that. You know, CFB Nation, we do college football 24/7, but there are plenty of things for you guys to bet on.
Who will have the most wins? OKC Thunder or Cleveland Cavaliers? Can Luka and LeBron make it all mesh to make it to the play-in tournament? Maybe you're a college basketball guy ready to risk it all for Florida to make it to the big dance.
Basketball isn't for you? Maybe you're a football guy. Well, BetUS got you covered with this year's UEFA Championship. Can Liverpool or Barcelona win it all? Will Erling Haaland or Harry Kane lead their teams to victory?
May is going to get popping when the Kentucky Derby hits town. BetUS has you covered in that way too, with all major horse racing events. Point is, type in that promo code CFB Nation and go get that money. Welcome back to the show. This is World of College Football, hosted by Mon, credential media member of the Big 12, here at Big 12 Media Days in Frisco, Texas, at the Ford Center. Man, this place is nice. I ain't gonna hold you. I like Texas. I like Texas. Ain't no Atlanta, but hey, I could get comfortable out here. On today's show, we've already talked to you about Sawyer Robinson and why I feel like he's the best quarterback in the entire Big 12 conference. We've also talked about a little bit from the UCF Space Nice fans, and now we're going to shift the tape, and turn our attention to the 2025 University of Cincinnati Bearcats. Cincinnati finds itself in a very unique situation where they don't have a lot of eyes and attention on them, but they very much so have the weight of the world on their shoulders because they can be a chaos creator for 2025 in the Big 12 Conference. I'm here to tell you why Cincinnati should be feared. And it's because of two guys that you're about to hear from soon on the world of college football. The first one is Gavin Gerhardt. If you don't know Gavin has started 36 career games for the Cincinnati Bearcats, a team captain, one of the most experienced Cincinnati Bearcats. You've seen all of it. He was there before Scott Satterfield was there. And now he's returning for a sixth season at center, the glue in the middle, two-time team captain in 2023 and 2024 out of Xenia, Ohio, Xenia High School with the X, not a Z, with the X. Fallen said, we have no quarterback right now. Facts. Hey, don't worry. Just get Scott Frost to put on the J's. He can turn it into MJ. And give him his secret stuff. We about to talk to Gavin Gerhardt. Check out this exclusive interview I done with Gavin. Gavin Gerhardt, University of Cincinnati, offensive lineman. It's so great to have you here. I'm happy that you made it safely to Frisco. How was your flight? How was that whole experience like for you?
It was good. A private jet, so a little different than a usual
private.
Yeah, private jet. A little different than the commercial flights.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of flying, but it was all right. It wasn't bad.
Why are you not like a big fan of flying?
I don't know. I've just never been a fan of boats or flying. I think I'm used to staying on land for some reason. Kind of the way God put us, I guess you could say. He didn't make me a bird or a fish, so that's kind of why I try and stay on land. Yeah,
on 2 feet.
That's what I try to do.
Speaking of 2 feet, you have a tendency of taking defensive linemen and putting them off their 2 feet and into the turf pellets. How has your journey been? We can start from the beginning because we really want to tell your story. So, like, when you're coming out of high school, what was your thought process for where you wanted to go to school? What were your how like in college football 25, you have the things that matter the most to you, like conference prestige, coach pedigree. Like, what were some of the things coming out of high school that were stood out to you that was so important?
I would say somewhere close to home, about an hour north of Cincinnati. And I committed to Cincinnati when I was a sophomore in high school. So I committed when I was really young. And once I shut down the recruitment process, there was no place I was going to visit besides Cincinnati. I went to every home game for my junior and senior year of high school. I went to every home game there was on campus. But, when it came to things I was looking at, somewhere close to home, somewhere that was, on the rise, somewhere that I could hopefully go play relatively early, win a championship or championships in my time there, and then hopefully play in a lot of bowl games.
What was the, atmosphere when you first came on your first official visit to University of Cincinnati?
It was good. It was, my the official visit. I was with a lot of the current players, trying to understand how the program was from their perspective, from a player's perspective. So that was good. They gave me a good rundown. Something that, stood out was the culture that Cincinnati has, kind of a tough, nasty, didn't really have the resources that everybody else had, but still trying to compete at a high level.
Right.
And then, the fans are amazing. So when I was visiting for football games, every game that I came to, the fan base was amazing. The student section was amazing. And everybody was cheering for their city, the city we wear in our chest. Something very proud.
Talk about this city more. Yeah. Because a lot of people, like CFB Nation, we plan on going to Cincinnati for the first time on our CFB Nation tour this year. We're super excited. But from an outsider who hasn't been there or isn't from the area, can you tell me or tell the audience what it means to be from that part of the United States?
People that just always have a chip on their shoulder, just trying to prove people wrong. And that's kind of how we go about our business as a football team. Don't really care what everybody says on the outside, but really just trying to prove people wrong. And care about, playing for one another, being a disciplined football team. So when it comes to the university and the campus around us, it's a great place to be around over the Rhine. It's right by the Ohio River. So if you need anything over in Kentucky, if you want to hop states, you can just drive 10 minutes and you're in another state.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing place to be, and I wouldn't be anywhere else. That's for sure.
I love that, especially in this current age of college football, where people and players can take their talents where we are. Quick thoughts.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts of like the current player revenue sharing model that we're in? And I know like you're a vet now.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, we wish that this could have happened like our freshman year.
Yeah.
But like, where do you see it, and where's your thought process on it? Like big picture.
I think it's a great opportunity for guys, especially to get a jump start on life. Honestly, if you invest your money the right way, you could be set for life. And then it's also a great way, and I like to use it as a way to help take care of my family. To my parents do well for themselves, but to be able to do things for them, little stuff, even for my older brother, do stuff for him that I wouldn't have been able to do my first 4 years of college. Take him on trips and whatnot.
You just talked about your family, but like I could just tell looking in your eyes, like they mean a lot to you. I talked about your breast cancer awareness. Can you tell us more about like your why and your deeper why of beyond like you as a man?
Yeah. My parents for sure. My brother and my aunt battling, stage 4 breast cancer. Those are my whys, and they'll always be my whys. I wear these bracelets. I take the other ones off, but the breast cancer ones always stay on me. They go under tape, but they're always on me for games and whatnot.
You'll keep them on, but like wrap the tape around.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You're sick.
Yeah. They don't leave. And then my mom actually is the one who ordered them. So, she ordered me about 25 of them. So if they ever break, I've had to replace them a couple times.
Yeah.
They get worn out a little bit, but those ones don't ever leave. But my wise, definitely my family. They're close. They're always they try to make every game, home or away. They've always been there to support me. They gave me everything I could ever dreamed of growing up. So that's definitely them.
So your family is like an hour away from Cincinnati?
Yeah, hour north.
What town is it?
Xenia, Ohio.
Where?
Xenia, Ohio.
Xenia?
Yeah.
Xenia.
Xenia.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have butchered that.
Yeah.
Sorry, people out there.
It's all good.
Don't grill me, man, when I come up there. But I asked that because, like, is it like a small town, very close knit?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty small. My graduating class was 250, so the whole school was only 1,000.
Yeah.
Smaller school. I think D2 for football and everything. Definitely small. You pretty much know everybody in the town. At least you've seen everybody at least once or twice in your lifetime.
Like if you get in trouble, chances are you're gonna hear it by like 5 different people before you even make it home.
Probably so.
I grew up in a small town like that too. All right, so we talked about the story element, trying to get people to understand more about Gavin. Let's talk about the ball element, and let's go ball talk. What were some of the key areas that you wanted to work on this offseason as you step into 2025?
I mean, to give you the boring answer, probably everything, because I did try to improve on everything I could. But definitely, strength at the power of attacks. I think I did good at that the past couple seasons, but continue to improve that. When I came into college, I was 330 pounds, and then I kind of dropped down. I played the last 2 seasons at 295. Trying to lean out a little bit, and then this offseason I bumped up to 310. So I try to put the good weight on rather when I got all that bad weight off of me to start.
What's your BMI?
22.3.
Yeah,
Not terrible. When I was 295, it was like 21.2 or something.
Yeah.
So I gained a good amount of muscle, but a little bit of fat.
Give me a tape. All right. Talk about the offensive line room. What are we seeing? Is there any young guys we got to worry about? Look at. Is there some other guys that's going to be in the trenches with you that we should be paying attention to as the vet?
Yeah, I'd say it's going to be a whole new line. Me and the right tackle are coming back. Deion Buford transferred in from Kentucky 2 seasons ago, so he'll be starting the right tackle with me again from the past 2 seasons, carrying over. And then we brought in a Ball State transfer, Tarantayo, who is an unbelievable player, really strong, can squat probably 700 pounds, honestly.
Jeez.
with depth and everything. He's really strong. And then some young guys, Xavier Lozwicki transferred in 2 seasons ago from Maine. He'll be a great addition for our line room. and he's really come along, and Evan Tangasol as well. And then there's some younger guys that are up and coming, but those guys stick out for sure.
Those are the glue guys.
Yeah.
Being offensive lineman is tough, underrated. Like you don't get a lot of the glory, a lot of the accolades or the praise, but people that know ball and actually know ball understand the importance. You're protecting a guy that had a fantastic 2024 in Sorsby. Go ahead and talk about your guy. Like, what are some nuggets that we might not, as the media, know about Sorsby that you get a chance to see,
on a daily basis? Yeah. He's really come along as a leader. That's big for me. I take a lot of pride in being a leader. And he's taken a lot of steps, and that's something we needed him to do. I might be in control of the 5 guys that are up there with me, but he's control of the whole offense, and really he should be a leader of the whole team. So he took a lot of pride in doing that this offseason, growing that leadership role. But the way he goes about his business, he's very business founded. Like, he cares about all the little details,
like
all the little details. Yeah, pro. And he's very, very much a pro, and goes about his business in a very respectable way. Really just trying to do anything to help this team win.
How's your relationship with Sattersfield grown since he came to where it is now in 2025?
It's grown a lot. The first year or two, obviously I was a team captain, so we had a good relationship. We talked all the time, but really getting to know him, where he's from and whatnot, and what's his why and why he coaches. Because ultimately when I'm done playing, that's what I want to do. I want to be a football coach. So just getting every little detail about his life has really made our connection a lot stronger.
That's amazing. I can tell that the team is getting a lot stronger too. The media. We're going to have our darlings, our favorites. Cincinnati, at least this year, has been getting pegged like at bottom of the pack. But I've been thinking to myself, at least in CFB Nation, that y'all going to overachieve because y'all already did last year.
Yeah.
There was a lot of games that y'all won. They had no business winning. Yeah. Games that y'all are super competitive in, which is like a little bit could have went that way. And then that's a win, but it's a loss. Talk to the fan base, I guess, from Cincinnati, and just give them an update of where we stand heading into 2025 from one of their core leaders on this team.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a very determined, connected, hardworking football team that is, going to do everything in our power to make the city proud. I'm not going to put a bunch of expectations out there or anything like that, but you're going to see a team that plays for one another, does everything for one another, and then hopefully has a very successful year this year.
We do this with all of our fans, our players that come on. It's called rapid fire questions. I'm going to put you on the hot seat before we get out of here.
All right, let's do it.
There's nothing that scorches Gavin. Yeah, I'm about to see Cincinnati fans. Gav, who are the top artists on your playlist on game day?
Big country guy, so like Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
Really any country guy. I have a list of probably 2,000 songs. So
2,000?
Yeah, I mean it's every country song you could think of.
Morgan's going crazy right now on the Billboard. She's doing great work right now. Shout out to Morgan.
Luke Bryan, all of them.
Okay, all righty. You like Shabuzi?
I think there's 2 or 3 songs of his on there.
What about you like an old school Dolly Parton?
No, I don't have any of those.
It's more new. It's more recent.
Some older guys. Kenny Chestnut. Who else?
Please tell me you got Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, I got him.
All right, you got Chris Stapleton.
I got a lot of people.
I got no complaints, my friend. All right. What was your thoughts on CFB 25's rating that they gave you in the game last year?
What is it? I think it's like a 83 this year.
83.
Yeah. It is what it is. I'll let my play speak for itself. I'm not too worried about that stuff.
It is.
I think last year I might have went up a little bit from last year. But hopefully have a successful year this year, and then obviously I won't be in the game next year. I'm out of eligibility, but maybe throughout the season they'll bump it up.
Yeah. What is your favorite cereal if you only had one bowl to choose from? What's your choice for cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch probably.
My God, let's go.
I haven't had it in forever, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
CTC. That's what we get. If you had to give a love letter, look at the camera and to tell Cincinnati fans, pour your heart out and let them know how you feel about them.
A love letter to them?
Yeah, the Cincinnati fans.
I'll do anything for this program to help us win. Hopefully win a Big 12 championship this year.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna get you out of here on a high note. What's something that you're looking forward to the most this year? What's your family?
With my family? seeing them have the opportunity to travel to some new places. I know they're going to come watch us at Nebraska to start the season.
Yes.
My aunt, that's a big thing. She's going to try and make every game, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make that happen. And the opportunity for them to travel, it's a great opportunity for them to get to experience that with me. So that's probably the most thing.
Shoot, give your family a shout out before we get out of here. Get out your head. Let them know.
I'm excited for this year. I love you guys. You're my why, that's for sure. And I can't wait to see you when I get back home.
Over 30 plus starts in his career, an absolute menace on the football field, a true stand-up guy. But as soon as he puts that helmet on, he turns into a different animal. The Gavin Gerhardt of University of Cincinnati. It's been a pleasure, my man. Thank you for coming on. This is the world of CFB. Welcome back to the show. That was my interview with Gavin Gerhardt, 36 career starts, two-time team captain, 2023, 2024, out of Xenia, Ohio. Xenia High School, stand up. Appreciate you, Gavin. My God. They added some drip from my guy. This not better than a drip in real life, I'm trying to tell you. Oh, yeah. My fault. Go ahead and tell the people, introduce yourself. You just speak in the microphone right now. We got to work around.
Xavier Alford, defensive back from Houston, Arizona State. You find me on Instagram, Twitter, 100-yard landlord. 100-yard landlord. So,
My God. All right. Let's get this popping. So, first off, did you take the private jet out here?
Yeah.
How was your first time on the, was it your first time? How was your time on the jet?
It's always great, when you traveling on the jet. Where I come from, a lot of people don't even know what a jet is. So, me being able to get on there, travel back and forth, it's just a blessing. So,
You get a chance to go up against an absolute dude every day in practice. Yeah. You know this guy I'm talking about.
Well, we got a couple of them, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I know his name.
You know the guy I'm talking about. Sammy.
Yeah.
How is his growth like? Can you talk about his growth since you've been there and like see him and his journey like deeper than just a quarterback, but like as a human, as a man, even as your teammate and your brother?
Man, Sam is my brother. Man, he's a dog. Just to see when he first got there, when he kind of was trying to fill everything out to him, now getting all the attention and everything that he deserves. He deserves it, and he definitely is somebody that worked. I would say him being sometimes quarterbacks could kind of be like, oh, I'm not going to do this, do that. But he's right there with you in the fire, in the smoke. He's going to work out right there with you, run, lift, grind with you. He's going to be right there with you. So I think that's why we appreciate him more, and everything that he getting now, he deserves.
Speaking of that, I'm about to tell the whole nation, this dude is a dog, bro. He only gave up 76 total yards the entire season. Did you hear what I said? The entire season. Out of 354 coverage snaps, he only allowed 7 receptions. He's an absolute monster. Second fewest in the entire Big 12 conference. Big 12 quarterbacks, you know this kid's name, 100-yard landlord. And rent is due, baby. How was your offseason? What's some things that you worked on in the offseason?
Really just focusing on my body, obviously getting older, playing more and more, got to focus on your body, best ability is availability, staying on the field. So a lot of injury prevention stuff, a lot of film, a lot of really little things, feel like I had an okay year last year. I really just felt like I was getting my feet wet again. So, just coming back, watching everything, going out, work, putting it on the field, weight room, things of that nature, food, nutrition. Really been cleaning up my nutrition this year, trying to stay lean, stay fit, explosive. So it's been pretty good, just working.
How's the time been in the off season with like you and your family? I know you're really close to them. Can you talk about them and like their relationship, y'all relationship, and how it's grown?
Definitely. With my story, playing and then not playing and then going to play again for a long period of time. My family's always been there with me. They always had my back. They supported me through the ups, through the downs, through the dark days, through the light days. They always the same. So, it's been, especially just went back home for 4th of July, really the last break, had to go see them, before it's really time to lock in, go to work. But, they're definitely my support system. They're the reason why I am how I am now, and the reason why I am where I am now. So,
Speaking of who you are, only 4 missed tackles all of last year. Coverage grade top 25 in the whole nation. Bars, incompletions forced, number 1 in FBS. Like, for people that haven't got a chance to watch you on film, like we have at CFB Nation, how would you describe your play style to somebody that's like a new person to your talents, your skill set?
Uh, I would describe my play style as very versatile. Just a defensive back. You can call me a safety, anything, but I feel like I can cover anybody on the field, any position. Can play strong, free, nickel. I feel like I can do everything. Blitz, play zone, play in the post, play man. I feel like I can really do anything. I feel like there's nothing I can't do, in my game. So, this year definitely gonna be trying to show that.
If you had to talk about Arizona State and like why it feels like home for you right now, what would you say to that? Because like your journey has been completely unlike what I've seen normally with kids. So like, what sold you on home being in Tempe?
Um, just the people. I mean, I've been to different schools. Every, school as far as facility wise and things of that nature are kind of the same. You're gonna have all the resources once you get to the Division 1 level, but I feel like it's the people that really can push you, to your limits. Somebody that really knows you. Somebody really knows what you can do, maybe what you need to work on, things of that nature. Someone that's gonna be completely honest, and that's what we have in our building, in our culture, our brotherhood. Everybody's honest. We want to compete. We want to beat each other everything, each and every day. And I think when we play on Saturdays, that's why we're able to bring the best out of each other because we do it each and every day. So,
Nobody picked y'all last year to win, to even win 4 games, yet alone even win the conference. So that was a sight for sore eyes. But being at the mountaintop and having the chance to hoist a Big 12 championship, how did that feel? And how did getting a chance to compete against a SEC team in Texas to culminate the season? How did that feel like for you and also like for your teammates in the locker room?
it felt great because we spoken into existence. Kind of just believing in each other. Like we know we could win. And just pushing each other each and every day, runs, sprints, lifts, reps at practice, getting the best we could out of each other. So. When we were at AT&T, that we could hold up that trophy, things of that nature. Obviously, and going to the playoffs and everything was good. We obviously came up short. Things that we want to do better in that game of that nature. But I feel like all the experiences, everything happens for a reason. We're able to take that, all the experiences we had, come back this year, reflect on it, and then dive back into it and see what happens. So.
So let's go through like let's just start with the DB room. Who's some guys that's standing out to you? I mean, obviously besides yourself, but like who's some guys that's standing out to you? Some young guys that we should be worried or paying attention to, or even some vets that like are starting to really hit their form.
Yeah. I would say we returning 4 out of the 5. We lost Shamari last year. But we got Ghost Rouser back. My partner in crime back there, and my other 2 partners in crime. You got Javen Robinson and Keith Abney. I take those guys anywhere with me, any field to cover anybody. I feel like, and we all pushing each other because, like I said, we know what we could do. We know what we did last year. We like let's really dive into it and push each other and see what happens. So, and younger guys, I would say transfers. You got Montana Warren, Kendrick Breelove, Nyland Green. Young guys, you got Joseph Smith. Just it's a lot of young guys and just guys, period, in the defensive back room. We're trying to really start something at ASU about with defensive backs. Having guys that can really come and play the position and be playmakers there. So, it's just good to see guys from like me at the top and then trickle down how it still it's not really a drop off. It's still there.
Because like even last year, I still had Shamar.
Yeah.
Like, and he was all over the place. He got ended up getting ejected at the end of the year, and that kind of cost you. Y'all would have loved to have him in the second half, like a love. But how has like he rubbed off on you? Like when you talk about leadership, and like what's your leadership style for this defense now in 2025? Since you have more of it, like are you wearing the green dot?
No, not wearing the green dot, but anybody that knows, I always kind of been a leader on our team. One of the leaders on our team, one of the leaders on defense. Kind of that vocal guy. To get everybody going. But Shamar, I've definitely learned a different leadership style because Shamar was really quiet. He was kind of quiet, kind of lead by example. I was the vocal guy, so kind of trying to take some of his, kind of how he was leading, how he's a leader, how he reached out to different people, things of that nature. I try to take little bits and pieces from everybody, really, and not just say, oh, I think I got it figured out. Try to learn a little piece of game from everybody and implement it to mine. So. No, I definitely think it was good, playing with him. We're going to miss him, but, I think we'll be all right.
I know y'all be all right. Y'all got some dogs, some freaking dogs, 100%. Before we get you out of here on a high note, shout out to your family. Go ahead, shout them out. You can take as long as you want to.
Shout out, Mom. You always been there for me. My rock, dad. Unc. Shout out my stepdad. Shout out Granny, rest in peace. My Papa, everybody. A really small family. Shout out my cousins, my small cousins. That support me every game. My family. So shout out to them. Really.
Appreciate all the love. Hey, familia, you hear that? We love you. Rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can you show off the ice that's on your arm?
No, it's a little Rolex. Real Rolex, real one.
It's big boy diamonds. He a big dog. All-time favorite pregame meal is?
I would say probably some type of grilled chicken, mashed potatoes, and some type of like greens, asparagus, something like that. Nothing too heavy, And I eat a little salad before the game. Nothing too heavy. Something to just give me some energy, get me going.
You a ranch type of guy? You a Caesar?
Caesar ranch? Yeah, really. That's really Thousand Island a little bit too, a little bit, but yeah, mostly Caesar ranch.
If you had to describe Coach Kenny Dillingham in 3 words or less, what would you say?
Funny, energetic, smart.
If you had to say your biggest accolade that you want to accomplish in 2025, we could do personal accolade. What would you say?
To be All-American.
We already know that's coming. I thought he was about to say the other award. You trying to get nation's top DB.
Oh yeah, that facts too. What don't gotta be
Thorpe.
Explain.
Thorpe.
Yeah, facts.
You're coming for the Thorpe this year, baby. All right. What is Arizona State student section like for somebody who hasn't been out there to the Valley?
I would say even if you never been to a college football game, I would say just get an Arizona State shirt and go in the student section. And I promise you, you'll go to a lot more. I played in a lot of stadiums. Our stadium not the biggest, it's not all that, but one thing about it, it's gonna be crunking there every Saturday, every single Saturday. One of the best places I ever played, ever playing football. So,
what is your go-to cereal that you choosing, no matter what? Are you a CTC guy?
And I'm gonna go Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loops.
Good answer. Yeah. Top 3 artists on your playlist. Let's say it's game day, 90 minutes before we go out. Who are the top 3 guys you listening to? Or girls, whatever floats.
Yeah, top 3 guys I'm listening to: Young Jeezy, that's number 1. Always get me ready to play. YTB Fat, that's number 2. And I'll probably say number 3 is probably tied for 3. Probably Baby Mill and Vaughn 1700. So yeah,
he knows. He be lit. I'm trying to turn up with him before the game. Yeah. What kind of music does Sam like to listen to before the game?
Sam, it's crazy. Sam listens to a lot of different music, but he really be in there turning up with us. That's what's crazy. Like he literally be in there turning up with us. Like, but he kind of got his everybody got their little other type of music they listen to before the game. It kind of calms you down, stuff like that. But I mean, for the most part, Sam right there with us turning up. So,
what did you think about your rating in college football 2025?
I started. It was a 91 overall. Just obviously a blessing because last year in the game I started off as an 82. So to start off above a 90, be considered as one of the top players, in college football, is a blessing. But obviously, I think it'd be a little bit higher. I'm definitely gonna get it raised though. Definitely let the play speak for itself. Definitely gonna get bumped up. But it definitely was definitely a blessing.
Put that man at a 95 overall and just call it done. Just call it done, EA. I'm sitting next to the EA team. Just call it done. All right. Last question before we get you out of here. If you could give a love letter to the Arizona State family, friends, community, fan base out there, and just like in anticipation for what we gonna get for this season, what would you tell them? And give them some love.
Arizona State fans, thank you. I've been in Arizona for about 2.5, 3 years now. Ever since I got there, it's been nothing but love. God like me from Houston, south side of Houston, going to Arizona, seeing mountains, palm trees, meeting people. Everybody's always been great people. Everybody always been open. I met a lot of people, relationships. It's a beautiful city to live in. I kind of want to settle there. Really, really don't want to leave. It's gonna be hard for me to leave, but it's great.
I'm here with Xavier Offer, aka 100-yard landlord, range dude, baby.
Yep.
Appreciate your time, twin. Good luck on the season.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Drip looking crazy.
Yeah.
Iced out.
Yeah.
We see you soon on the tour.
Thanks.
Until next time, my boy.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Be safe. Hey, let me just tell you, bro. This kid is a dog. He's a dog. Across 354 coverage snaps in 2024, only allowed 7 receptions, just 76 yards total given up in 2024 year of our Lord. He's a dog. 4 missed tackles all throughout the season. Crazy work. And then on top of that, nation's best in incompletions forced. You want a guy that does it all? He is a do-it-all type of DB. He can play safety, in the box, back behind, on the back end, close to the line of scrimmage. You want it, you got it. That's what you're getting with Xavier Alford, aka 100-yard landlord. Appreciate him coming on to the show. This is World of College Football, hosted by Moon, credential media member of CFB Nation, and the waviest to ever do it. On today's show, we brought you through the entirety of the 2025 media days. We got players breakout sessions happening right now as we speak. We about to go do some more of those. We got Governor of College Football coming up very soon, so don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay tuned, keep it locked. But for me, Moon, I send you out into your day with an interview that I just did with Dante Corleone from the University of Cincinnati. Dante had a very unique journey last year. He got the game that he loves the most taken away from him. And the entire Cincinnati community and the nation was praying for him and his health, just because he was the highest graded defensive lineman by Pro Football Focus in 2022, 2-time All-American player in 2022 and 2024. In his career, 108 tackles, 17 tackles for a loss, and he also had 9.5 sacks out of Coleraine High School, Cincinnati, Ohio's finest. Dante Corleone. Check out this interview. Let me know what you think, and we appreciate you greatly for watching the. I am here at that process for you, and like, how are you feeling? Are you good?
Yeah, first of all, I'll start off with the good. I feel great, man. Doing everything in the off season, the winter workouts, I've done everything. It's like been no restrictions, so that's just God. I'm a big faith in God, and the bad part was just like me just getting it. Like, it was just a shock to me because it's like I'm so active, so it's not really like known as athletes to get that type of stuff. So when I got it, I was in complete shock, thinking my career was over with, just like that. And my trainer, man, I'll never forget this day, man. He said, "Don't give up. I got a plan for you. You just got to just trust me." So I'm going to trust you. And thank God my university is behind me 100%. Mm-hmm. They gave me to the best specialist in the world. He told me I could come back week 2. I said, I don't care what I got to do to get back. I'm doing it. And that mindset alone, just not taking it for granted. Because, older people, like our coaches, like they tell us, like, it could be over just like that. But you just thinking they just talking. But it's really just like that. So me this year, last year, like coming back, just enjoying the small things that you should. Like, people just don't think like outside, like, and the mindset, like, you got to enjoy every small thing.
Yeah.
Because it's going to go a long way, because football can be just like that, gone. So you just got to have that mindset to enjoy the little things.
So being in that place where the game is taken away from you, the game that you love, like, what was your trainer's plan when they came to you? And, like, how did they lay out, like, the entire blueprint of it? And then you talked about your faith, but, like, Did you have faith? I know you have faith in them as university, but it's a trying time. You can't see the end.
Right.
But like, talk about your journey and how like their plan ended up working and also coming out to your benefit.
Right, because a quick story, like in 2022, I ended up tearing my meniscus, and I had a falling out with the training staff, like completely just didn't want to trust them at all. And then when he told me to trust him, for some reason, on my body, I'm like, I just gotta trust this man because I know he wouldn't do nothing like bad for me. So luckily, he just ain't shove it off and just gave it to somebody just regular. He made sure he worked his butt off to find the best specialist. And when he said we got somebody that's one of the best in the country, I believed in him, and he ended up taking me over there. Then they told him what the plan was. So other than that, I'm just very grateful.
I could tell it's like dripping all over you, oozing all over you. So we talk about great gratitude. We're grateful to be able to talk to you. I wanted to know. I know this offseason has been different for you, but like, what's some key areas of your game that you wanted to work on this offseason to prepare you for 2025?
Yeah, I got three things: my pass rushing ability, just making sure I can just not one side of this stop the run. But second was just the leadership, the growth I have to make, you know, because I'm a guy that is, I'm like to be by myself, but like at some point everybody going to look towards me, so I need to open up more. And then third is just getting out of my comfort zone, like just doing everything I know I wouldn't do a year ago, just so I can know I feel better about myself, just doing the right things.
How's your relationship with Coach Satterfield grown since he first came in the door to where we are right now?
Yeah, so funny story. So when he saw me, I was in crutches because I was still recovering from my meniscus, and I don't think he knew who I was yet. But like he treated me the same since day one. Though it's not like he tried to sugarcoat me, like thinking I was like a walk on or somebody. Just he always the same guy, man. He's a laid back guy you could talk to. Like I used to take naps on his couch in his office. That's how close we was. So just Coach Sat, you know, just believing in me. Still, even though I had them issues going on, he still made sure I was good as far as like being comfortable, like coming. Like he gave me some days so I didn't have to come. Just like because I had 2 weeks off, he gave me just to like regroup myself so I can go back out there and lead. Just small things like that gonna go a lifetime.
See that guy right there?
Yeah.
Talk about that guy.
Yeah, you know, our
guy right
quarterback,
there.
you know, Sorsby, you know, when I first met him, he had short hair and looking like a potato.
How
but
he
no,
got? He got the
he got the full
mullet.
full glow up now. You know, just his leadership, man. That was something we was missing for a couple of years. Just that leadership presence as a quarterback, like him just taking command of the locker room, being a player led. Like God, he can just rally around. You won't find a lot of them in the country. You can just talk to him about anything.
That's lit. How's he like in the locker room?
He's funny, man. You just don't know what he's gonna say next, but he's just a goofy guy, man.
So let's talk more about you though. This year, we got high expectations for you. Obviously, country does, but there's probably no one that has higher expectations than you than yourself.
Yeah.
Do you make goals? Do you have like different expectations that you want to achieve for this upcoming year?
So that's funny you said that because like one of my young guys said I want to be an All-American. Like that's cool and all, but like for me, I told him like he asked me how I got all my accolades that I got. I told him I just go out there and take one game at a time. I don't play for accolades. I don't play for achievements. I just want to go out there and do the best performance. And you always gotta be your hardest critic. Like some games I'll be like, no, I gotta like step it up, man, or I'm just not gonna play long in the NFL. So you gotta have that hard mindset so you can keep playing for football for a long time.
Yeah. What was something that happened over the course of this offseason that you felt like brought your teammates closer, whether it's like in the offseason training program?
Easily Juggernaut June. Last
Tell
month,
us about this.
Juggernaut June, some name for everybody. You know, we run every day, 5 days out of the week, and we got meetings on top of meetings. And at some point, you got to sit there and like you got to rely on your brother now, because he's just gonna explode if you don't talk to other people.
Yeah.
So that just brought us together because like it was hard. People wanted to fold, but we were like, no, this gonna make it easier in that fourth quarter when it's tied up and you got to make it stop.
Yeah.
So we got to have that mindset going into the season, going through all that hardship we did.
What would a senior Dante Corleone give advice to a freshman Dante Corleone?
I would say a couple things. Just taking care of your body, man. That goes a long way. Like now I'm fifth year, everything that's hurting now. But now that I know the importance of recovery, like the indoor we got now, like we got the crowd chamber. I use that every day. It makes me feel like the resources we got now.
Yeah,
it's off the chain. So for like the next generation coming up, like they're gonna have a lot to work with as far as taking care of their body, because our first year we wasn't really taught to take care of our bodies in a way like that we got now in this staff. But taking care of your body gonna make you play a long time too. Because if you're not out there to play, they're not gonna really keep you. So you got to try to stay on the field as long as you can.
100%. We're gonna wrap it up with a game that we always play with every guest that we have.
Yeah.
It's called Rapid Fire Questions.
All right.
No pressure.
Okay.
No pressure. All right. Ready?
So,
Number one artist on your playlist is?
Rod Wave.
I rock with it. Good answer. If you had,
Well, it might be. It's actually somebody from Dallas. Zayl Nerdo.
I actually heard of him.
Yeah, that's he up there.
That's your top
too.
two. If you had a third one, who would you add in there?
Third one. I want to say it might be Babyface Ray. Or no, Skilla Baby. It's Skilla Baby.
Skilla Baby?
Yeah.
Still my dog. If Breakfast Cereal 101 is?
Say it again.
Breakfast Cereal 101 that you can't, like, if you only eat one bowl of cereal.
Oh, one bowl of cereal?
For the rest of your life. Which one are you choosing?
Easy.
CTC?
Nah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one?
Yeah.
My dog. Got it. All right. If you had to describe Cincinnati to a person that has not been there before, what would you describe it as?
Very unique and different. That's all I got.
Very unique and different.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Floyd. I know it's been private jets and media days galore, but overall, what's your excitement level for this 2025 season for your actual football team?
Man, just completing the puzzle. You know, it's year 3 under Coach Sapp.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep building on what we did the last 2 years. You know, we got stuck at 5 wins. We're trying to get to that championship this year. And we brought the right guys in to do that.
Yeah. You probably have emotional connection with the Cincinnati community more than any other player. So can you look into the camera and give Cincinnati Bearcats fans a love letter and tell them how much they mean to you?
Yeah, first off, you know, what happened last year, you know, there was a lady at Kroger. I had a hood on because I was just so in shock to like even go in public. But she was like, hey, I'm praying for you. There's things like that. Like, you're not getting that anywhere else, especially as a football player. Because I don't think she understands how much of that impacted my life. Like, because it was a dark cloud. But just people like that, them supporting my burger and my other NIL needs, like, they always going to be there. And I appreciate them. And they know they family to me, and I always love them.
Dante Corleone, University of Cincinnati, first team, all Big 12. Appreciate you talking to me, man. This is the world of college football. Welcome back to the world of college football, hosted by Moon, credential media member of the CFB Nation. We come to the end. You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the heck out of here. We about to leave. We about to pack it up. About to go. No, I'm just playing. Governor's coming up right after me in a T-minus 20 minutes or so. You got some interviews for you boys. Stay tuned. Keep it locked. Jam-packed show for today. We talked to Miles Montgomery, UCF, Space Knights. We got to talk to Xavier Alford, DB from Arizona State. We also talked to Dante Corleone, Gavin Gerhardt, and a laundry list of other people as we're here on Big 12 Media Days, just doing what we do out here. You know, we sitting here over right next to EA. I'm about to play college football 26. We've been playing all day. Mikey's kind of nice at SMU. Yeah. I got to get adjusted. I haven't picked my team yet. Not at all. But yeah, for another fire episode in the vault, I send y'all off into y'all day. Remember, in the world of college football that's ever changing and drastically shifting, there's a person that should get all the love. What I tell you earlier, bro? Come, say what's up to the camera. Say what's up to the camera. Tell them that Sawyer Robinson should be Heisman 2025. Tell them we on the campaign. We walking in Waco, right? We walking in Waco. That's my dog. This is the world of CFB.